How you guys doing? Let's move you guys out. So if you notice, their mouths are open. That's how they cool themselves off. That means they're hot. All right, so we have actually 33 chickens left. These are Freedom Rangers, and we have 3 chickens. You trying to bite me? I actually have 3 Cornish crosses that we saved from our last batch. And today we're going to talk about how much pounds did we get from those Cornish crosses that we just butchered. All right, we just butchered our Cornish cross chickens yesterday, and now we're gonna weigh them out. We're gonna see how much they weigh and put them in our freezer. Let's weigh that first one.
3 pounds, 5 ounces. 3 pounds, 2 ounces.
All right, we're putting stickers or blank stickers on them so we can write down how much they weigh. And so far, they've been pretty small, I think.
3 pounds, 10 ounces.
All right, let's do some chicken math. Okay, I'm gonna ask Mr. Google. I'm gonna add up all these numbers and find out the average. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. The average weight. 3 pounds is the average rate for 26 birds. We gave one away. We did not butcher 3 of the birds. We still have them with our Freedom Rangers because they looked really small to me. And so we'll butcher those guys with the Freedom Rangers in 4 weeks. So what I'm thinking is, since I'm feeding the Cornish crosses and the Freedom Rangers the same amount of feed, they're both kind of growing at the same time. You know, I've never done the Cornish crosses before, so I'm kind of new at them. But the Freedom Rangers, we typically butcher these guys at 10 or 12 weeks. And I've heard that most people butcher the Cornish crosses at 8 weeks, and that is why we did the Cornish crosses at 8 weeks. And really, this is all kind of like a test, kind of an experiment to kind of see the both different breeds of birds and trying to figure out for myself which ones do we want to raise. I don't want to do both birds. I would like to keep it at 1 bird, and that's the bird that we stick with. The average weight for those Cornish crosses that we just butchered was 3 pounds. That is not good. That is pretty low, I think, for Cornish crosses, and that's probably because I need to feed them more, or maybe wait another 4 weeks and just keep feeding them the same. And I'm curious to see how these Freedom Rangers are gonna do in 4 weeks. I'm assuming that they're gonna be bigger than the Cornish crosses that we just did at 8 weeks. But we're still gonna be raising these Freedom Rangers. We have 4 more weeks on them. Even though we only got 3 pounds on average, it was still worth it for me. Just to watch the birds, watch that whole process of them growing and coming together as a family and having some good friends over and just hanging out and harvesting some good quality chickens. But yeah, let's continue with these guys. Let's see how they do in 4 weeks. We'll continue to grow them. We'll continue to grow them out. We still have 3 Cornish crosses here. So I'm curious. And so I'm curious to see how these guys will do in those 4 weeks. See if they grow any bigger. Oh, get back in there. All right, so those chickens that we just butchered, they last our family about 6 months. So that's 6 months worth of chicken. You know, we're a small family, you know, we're a family of 3, and that lasts us that long, about 1 whole chicken a week. And so we have 33 more. So that's pretty much, we are raising on our small 1.5 acre homestead enough chicken to last us 1 year. Even with the 3 pound birds on average, those still, I mean, it's good enough for our family. And that's what I love about raising chickens ourselves, is that it's a lot more economical for us to raise chickens because it is pasture raised. They were raised on grass, no GMO, no soy feed. It can be expensive, but when we raise them ourselves, it's so much cheaper. How are you guys doing in there? You guys staying cool in the shade? Hi, Bernice. You guys staying cool in here? And I'll talk more about the cost. Once we're done with the Freedom Rangers, we'll get into the cost of like how much everything costs, how much are we actually spending when we're raising a year's worth of chicken for our family. So another thing is we're getting more animals. Can't really talk to you guys about the animals just yet because it's not a for sure thing, but we may be getting 3 new animals actually. So hopefully that's gonna happen in this next week. But you guys will be the first to know for sure.